This is the extraterrestrial creature that scientists are cultivating in space. When you touch it with your hand, it also grows to antennae and greets you. Scientists saw this scene and thought the research was advancing. After 52 days of cultivation, scientists found that the extraterrestrial creature was growing faster and faster. It is different from multicellular organisms. Each of its cells has muscles, eyes, and a brain. Scientists often interact with it, and it also hugs the scientist's fingers. One day, the laboratory suddenly sounded an alarm, and the extraterrestrial creature fell asleep inexplicably. Scientists used a small electric baton to stimulate it, but it didn't move. When it was shocked again, it suddenly attached itself to the scientist's hand, and the small electric baton was also broken. The scientist tried to pull his hand out forcefully, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't pull it out. The antennae of the extraterrestrial creature tightly grasped the table. Suddenly there was a creaking sound, and it broke the scientist's hand bone. The scientist let out a painful scream, while others argued about breaking the door to rescue. The extraterrestrial creature let go of the scientist, and the scientist fainted. Then the extraterrestrial creature clung to the electric baton, piercing through the gloves, and ran out. Everyone was shocked by the intelligence of the extraterrestrial creature. Then, it ran into the laboratory of white mice, using its antennae to probe the white mice. Unexpectedly, it was bitten by the white mouse. The extraterrestrial creature tightly wrapped around the white mouse, devouring it completely. Rory opened the door and rescued the scientist. At this time, the creature reattached itself to Rory's leg. He picked up an oxygen candle to drive it away, and to return it to the cultivation chamber. He picked up an incinerator and sprayed it at the creature, but the creature was very agile, and the flames did not harm it at all. Soon, the fuel was exhausted, and suddenly the creature pounced on Rory's face, and then crawled into his mouth. Rory couldn't get it out no matter how hard he tried, and his companions outside the cabin could only watch helplessly. They were all powerless. The creature slowly devoured Rory, and soon after, it crawled out of Rory's mouth. Its size enlarged again. The extinguished incinerator triggered a fire alarm, and the creature closed each sprinkler one by one, escaping along the sprinkler and entering the interior of the space station. A fault occurred in the central system. An astronaut flew out of the cabin to repair the equipment. Just as she opened the valve, the creature suddenly drilled out from inside, adhering to her spacesuit, then tightly entangling the astronaut's feet. Coolant appeared in the helmet, and it was the creature that destroyed the coolant system of the spacesuit. The astronaut could no longer see the outside environment, only unfastening the safety rope and jumping out with all her strength. Luckily, she grabbed onto the space pod. The coolant in the helmet increased more and more, and she could no longer breathe. She barely crawled to the door of the pod, exhausting all her strength, but still couldn't open the door. After struggling for a long time, she floated into space. The creature jumped onto the glass. By this time, the space station had completely lost contact with Earth. They planned to wait for the creature to crawl into the thruster, and then activate the thruster to spray it out. After several unsuccessful attempts, it consumed too much fuel, and the alarm sounded again. To prevent the creature from falling to Earth, they put the creature into the space pod. While they were discussing countermeasures, the scientist fainted again. The female captain opened his pants and was startled by the extraterrestrial creature. It was sucking on his calf. Suddenly, the creature erupted into a monstrous form and even grew a strange head. Everyone ran out in a hurry, with the creature closely following behind. The man quickly closed the cabin door, and the creature thumped against the glass window. The creature continued to roam outside the window. This man was too scared to breathe. Two teammates found that the red dot on the positioning system was moving, which turned out to be eaten by the creature. With the help of the locator, they locked the creature in the space pod. The rescue spacecraft was preparing to dock with the space station, but their communication system was broken. The men tried to call for help with a flashlight, but there was no response. Another astronaut accidentally opened the cabin door, and the creature attacked him frantically. The captain and his teammates wanted to rescue him, but to no avail. At this moment, the rescue spacecraft collided with the space station, instantly turning it into a mess. The severely damaged space station saw the continuous decrease of oxygen and the temperature rapidly dropping. The woman shivered from the cold. In order to perish together with the creature, the man used the oxygen, which emitted heat, successfully luring the creature into the escape pod and immediately closing the door. He activated the device, and the spacecraft slowly detached from the space station. At the same time, inside the cabin, the man fought the creature to death. However, instead of flying into space, the spacecraft landed in the sea on Earth. Two fishermen curiously approached to check the situation. The man inside the cabin shouted no, but that fisherman, unaware of the situation, still opened the cabin door.